you are creating content to make sales, right? Like, yes, it is to have a presence online. Yes, it might be to build a personal brand. But at the end of the day, you are not here to be a content creator. You are not running a volunteer business. You are doing this work and serving the world because you want to help people, but you also want to help yourself, your family, your lifestyle, your income, your livelihood by building a biz that actually makes profit. And in order to do that, what you post has to embody a few specific things. So today we are having the real talk about content that I do not think gets said nearly enough. We're talking how to actually make content that makes people want to act, want to buy, want to actually move into your world, not just like your post and then move on from it. If you want to be making sales in your business, this is an episode not to skip. As a female online business owner with dreams of more income, more impact, and more freedom, you know there's more potential in your business waiting to be unlocked. But figuring out how to shape and transform your biz and get seen, loved, selling, and scaling can feel like, well, a mystery. So how do you cut through the noise, create offers that deeply resonate, sell and scale without you always being on, all while creating a life you love? That is exactly what this show is about. Welcome to Seen, Loved, Selling, Scale. I'm Corinda, your small biz marketing sidekick, digital office strategist, and online biz bestie. With tens of thousands of digital offers sold, tens of thousands of people helped, and millions of dollars in revenue generated in my own business as a small business owner. And through this podcast, I am here to share it all. You'll gain clear, actionable insights, strategies, and shortcuts to master your online marketing, build scalable online offers, and create a business model that works for you as much as it works for your people, so you can grow your income, amplify your impact, and free up more of your time. Let's get started. All right, I am so glad you are here today, because today we are getting into something I think is the actual gap for so many people right now, and hardly anyone is saying it out loud. So let me ask you something, and I want you to answer honestly. When you put a piece of content out, do you feel confident that the person seeing it is actually going to be drawn to you? Like properly drawn in, wanting more of you, wanting to act? Or do you kind of just post it and hope it lands, hope it does something, hope this was the right thing to be putting out? Because here is what I know. You do not need to go viral. You are not chasing a million views, but you do want to know when someone lands on your stuff that it is the right stuff, that it is actually going to attract them and move them to do something, not just get scrolled past with a polite little like. And if you cannot honestly say you feel that way about your content right now, that is exactly what this episode is for. Now, I also know something else about where you are at. You are probably drowning a little in the noise. Use this hook, use this trending audio. This format style is the answer to everything. This is the trend blowing up small accounts this week. And somewhere in your gut, you already know that even when you do all of that, it is still not quite enough to actually make your content convert. And you are right. You are so right. Here is what I want you to hear. Those things are not useless. The hooks, the trending audio, the little nudges, they are the 1%ers. And yes, they can absolutely help with a little extra visibility and reach and grabbing someone's attention for a second. That part is real, but grabbing attention and actually making someone act on that attention are two completely different jobs. And too few people are teaching you the second one. That is what we are diving into today. And by the end, I know your ability to make sales from content, not just make the content itself, is going to be up-leveled so deeply. Because that is what we are covering in Rule 124. And then as you listen to Rule 124, you will be taking in so much magic. And Rule 5 is where it all comes together. And I actually give you the exact easy pattern that I make sure Rule 1 to 4 always shows up in my content. So take in the first 4 rules and then just know as you're listening the pattern to put them all together in content so easily as happening in Rule 5. So let's get into it and dive right in with rule number 1. And this is the foundation the other 4 sit on top of. So whatever you do, do not rush past it. Because I can tell you right now, I have helped hundreds of women to 3, 4, 5, 10 times their sales. And every single woman I can think of off the top of my head has done so because she has gone back to this part and made sure it was rock solid. And the rule is this: your content will only ever be as strong as your understanding of your ideal audience. Let me say that again. The strength of your content, and honestly, the strength of your whole biz, will only ever be as strong as how deeply you understand your ideal customer, because everything stems from that understanding in business. Your content, your offers, your pricing, the parts of your brand you choose to show. Because here is what you can never forget. And if the only thing you walked away from this episode with today was this, I would still absolutely be jumping for joy. And that is that your content has to be a mirror, or it has to be a window. That is the job. When someone lands on your post, you want them to feel one of two things. Either they feel like they are looking in a mirror. Oh my gosh, this was made for me. This is me. It is like she has been reading my diary. That is the mirror. They see themselves in what you are saying, or they feel like they are looking through a window. That right there, that is the life I want. That is the outcome I want. That is the type of person I want to be. That is what I want to feel like, look like, experience. She has it, or her people have it, and I want it. That is the window. They see the thing they are craving on the other side of the glass, and they know you are the one who can hand it to them. And here is what I want you to hear. You cannot be the mirror if you do not know what they look like. You cannot reflect something back to them if you don't already know they are thinking it, seeing it, feeling it, or saying it to themselves. And you cannot be the window if you do not know what they are looking for. You don't know what parts to show them into your world, into the world of others, into their potential future, if you don't actually know what they are daydreaming about, what they are envisioning, what they are desiring deep down. You physically cannot reflect someone back to themselves. You cannot show them the exact future they are longing for, not if you do not actually know them. And I do not mean know them as women in business or tired mums or female entrepreneurs. That is not knowing someone. That is a census category. I mean, know her. What is her 3 p.m. meltdown? What is keeping her up at night? What is the thing she is quietly sick of pretending is not a problem? What is she texting her best friend in the middle of a breakdown moment in her actual words? What situation did she face today specifically that you could write straight back to her about? That is the level. That is the level where your content stops being content and starts being a mirror she cannot scroll past. And this right here is why so much content gets a like but does not get a sale. It is close. It is in the right area, but it is speaking to a blurry, general sort of version of the person. So she gives it a polite little tap of the heart and keeps scrolling because it never actually reached in and grabbed her. It was written to a stranger, not to her. Now, when you do know her that deeply, something wild happens. Your content starts writing itself because you are not sitting there staring at a blank caption box trying to invent something clever. You are just telling her what you already know she is living. And she feels it, she acts, she comes closer. So rule number 1, know your person so well that your content becomes a mirror and a window. That is the whole foundation. And if you want help getting to that level of clarity, I actually have a research method I use to get here in under 30 minutes. And I am going to pop it in the show notes for you free so you can go and do this on your own person. Go and grab it. It is the best possible place to start. Now, once you know her that well, rule number 2 is what you actually do with it. And I call this find it, fix it, feed it. So in rule number 1, you have found it. You have found her pain points, her desires, her aspirations, the real situation she is in. That was rule 1. Now here is the move. You take those things and you go out and you fix them and you feed them. Let me break that down. When you do ideal customer research, you should basically surface 2 different overall categories. Her pain points, struggles, places she's stuck, friction points in her life, fears that she's having. And then the other category is her desires, her daydreams, the things she wants, the things she craves in her life in the future. And when we are creating content, we should be creating content that speaks to both of those categories. If she has pain points, we want to be showing her we are the right person to fix those. And we should be feeding her belief and her hope she can achieve her desires because she can, and show her how those can be achieved through us. And this is my find it, fix it, feed it strategy. You go and create content that actually helps her with those things, content that helps her understand them, content that gives her real value, content that moves her forward, even just one step, content that lets her see your beliefs around it. That is the fix. You are showing her over and over that the pain she is carrying can actually be fixed. And then you feed her desires, the things she is longing for, the version of her life she is reaching towards. You create content that feeds that too, that shows her it is possible, that it is right there, that she can have it. Because here is what I want you to hear. Your content again and again should be finding the real things about her and showing her two things, that her pain points can be fixed and her desires can be fed. And I want you to think about it like this. If someone lands on your Instagram page, a total stranger, and they scroll through your content, they should be able to look at almost any piece and go, wow, this person can really help me move away from the pain I am in. And this person can help me get to the thing I actually want. Now, the pain does not have to be some huge dramatic thing, by the way. It can be as light as I do not know what to wear today. Or it can be as deep as I think my relationship is falling apart and I do not know what to do. Both of those people deserve to have their pain fixed. Both of them deserve to have their desire fed. Whether that desire is I look great and I feel great, or I have finally learned how to make the right decisions and I am loving my life. Light or deep, the job is the same. Find it, fix it, feed it. That is what actually makes someone act, because she can feel that you get her and she can feel that you can help her. So rule number 2, find it, fix it, feed it. You found her in rule 1. Now, every piece of content you make either fixes a pain or feeds a desire. And then once you have that, once you have an Instagram feed that has content there that shows her, you will move her away from pain and get her to her desires. You need to show her the how. And that is that she needs to be able to actually see what you are selling and how to get off Instagram and into your world. And that's why rule number 3 is you cannot sell a secret. So actually sell. And also be someone worth buying from. And I cannot stress how important this one is and how I see this let down so many people's businesses, that content is actually good, but they can never tell because they miss this step of actually then converting the people that are being compelled by it. I see so many people find their person, fix their pains, feed their desires, do all the beautiful stuff we just talked about, and then never actually make the offer. They give and give and give, value, 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 and then they go quiet on the one thing that pays them. They never clearly tell anyone what they sell or how to buy it or that it even exists. And you cannot sell a secret, full stop, if you are not regularly, clearly, unapologetically telling people what you have and inviting them to buy it. You do not have an offer. You have a secret, and that is absolutely no way to be doing business. So part 1 to this rule is simple. Actually sell, make the offer. Say the thing out loud. Let people buy from you. I sell up to 3 times a week in my stories. I am constantly moving people forward in my Instagram feed itself, whether that is moving them to a different nurture point like my podcast or email list to sell there, or selling directly. I am always taking action to make people aware of their next move. And because of that, I am constantly making sales, and with content that sells paired with ads that sell, I have not had a no sales day since 2020. But here is part 2, and this is the part hardly anyone talks about. Yes, you can fix her problems and feed her aspirations in your content. Yes, you can offer her your offers, and you should be doing that. But at the end of the day, you or your business also need to show her that you are someone she wants to buy from. So your brand and your beliefs have to be living inside your content too. It is not enough to just say, this is how you should fix something, and here are the 3 steps to it. You need to be saying, these are the 3 steps I created from my own story. These are my beliefs around those things. These are the things I would never do because of the hills that I would die on in my niche. These are my client outcomes who have also fixed this because I am credible and you can trust me. And even nowadays, having your personal brand weaved through there so people also have an emotional connection with you, because that is the difference between content that does in fact fix it or feed it, does in fact make the sale offer, but still gets met with some objections or a lack of magnetism, versus content that gets a sale. Being useful makes you one of many. Being someone's favorite that they feel pulled to, that they feel like they trust, that they feel connected to, makes you the one she buys from. So rule number 3, stop keeping your offers a secret. Actually sell and make sure throughout your business people can see you, your beliefs, your brand, and see why you are worth buying this from. And then rule number 4, and this one will change your damn life. Sanity metrics over vanity metrics always. Here is what I need you to hear. And I'm going to get passionate with this rule because it upsets me so much. So many people are killing their business because they kill off content types that don't get big likes or big reach. But the problem is that they were never meant to from the beginning. They were the ones that are meant to be seen by your smallest portion of your audience, your hottest portion of your audience, to actually make big impact in your bank account. But because they don't get the big, stupid Instagram reach, we are brainwashed to believe every piece of content has to have. People kill them and then kill their profit stream along with them. Here is what I watch happen all the time, and I want you to check if this is you. There are post types or Instagram story types that are made to make sales, made to make real money, made to actually get dollars into the damn bank. But so often they will get the least likes, the least engagement, because they are not post or content types that are meant to be high reach. They are meant to be high converting. But the problem is the brainwashing that we have from the Instagram platform, where we're for some stupid reason made to believe that everything is now a popularity contest, makes our beautiful brains go, that one did not really land, and you never make anything like it again. And meanwhile, you keep making the pretty, likable, relatable stuff that gets you a bit more reach or a bit more likes and sells absolutely nothing. And you keep doing it over and over because the likes and vanity metrics tricked you into thinking it was the most worthy. I have had people come to me with 200,000 Instagram followers getting thousands of likes and saves on every post and making less money than people with 2,000 followers on their Instagram account, because the person with 2,000 followers actually understands a customer journey that sells and is not brainwashed by these vanity metrics versus those who have been so caught up in them and only creates posts that chase popularity and not profit. The same goes for Instagram stories. I have so many people come to me and say, I don't sell on my Instagram stories because my reach drops when I do. And look, I'm sorry, and I say this with so much love, but I don't give two shits about your reach dropping in that instance. I care. Is it reaching the people that were ready to convert? And did it convert them? Are you actually making money from the work you are putting into this business? That has nothing to do with those numbers on that story sequence. And you also need to remember this. The people that aren't ready yet who skipped that selling post this time will watch your next serving stories on Instagram. And then when you sell again, will stick around for that one because they're finally ready. Sit with that for a second. You are letting the likes decide what you make. Are you letting reach determine your actual revenue? Because neither likes nor reach pay you. Getting seen is one part of your job in business, but getting loved and selling is the other. And that's the sanity part. When we allow ourselves to remember that reach is only one job of one content type, and then it's okay for reach and likes and engagement to drop. When we're doing our other jobs in business, everything changes. You can go and stalk my likes on Instagram, for example. I will happily post things that get low likes because they make me high income. There was a time just recently in my business where I shared a case study that a lot of my posts that month hadn't even gotten over 97 likes, but I had made $97,000 that month because I was in a heavy conversion period and my content was doing exactly what it was meant to be doing. And if I had judged those posts by their likes, if I had stopped posting that type of content that month, my income and impact would not have looked like that. But the bank account was telling a completely different story, because I didn't let those vanity metrics get to me. So here is what I want you to do. Stop asking how many likes did that get and start asking what did that actually do? Did it start real conversations in my DMs? Did it get someone onto my email list? Did it make a sale? Did it move someone one step closer to buying from me? Those are your sanity metrics. Those are the numbers that actually tell you if your content is doing its job, because the likable content and the sellable content are not always the same content. And if you let the vanity metrics drive the car, you will quietly kill off the exact stuff that was making you money and keep making the stuff that just makes you feel briefly popular. So rule number 4, sanity metrics over vanity metrics. Judge your content by what it moves, not by what it gets. And then lucky last, the rule you should follow to actually make this all come together in an easy pattern. So if the last 4 rules felt like an amazing reminder or empowering for you, but you're wondering how to actually make sure you do them all, this is where it all comes together. In order to actually do all of this, to fix her pains, to feed her desires, to make her feel something, to be someone worth buying from, to actually sell, you do not need to think you need to do all that in every piece of content. You just need to make sure your content is moving across 5 different content types, with each piece doing a part of this. That is it. Because when you are working across these 5 types, every single job I have talked about today gets done almost automatically. So let me walk you through them. And then your only job in business is to just rotate them through your content weekly, fortnightly, monthly. These are my signature content pillars, and they have helped women all around the globe take their business from feeling like expensive hobbies to actual businesses that are booming and finally working, and now they're yours. These are my signature content pillars, and they have helped women all around the globe take their business from feeling like expensive hobbies to actual building businesses that are booming and finally working, and now they're yours. And if you know much about my business, you will know that everything revolves around getting seen, loved, selling, and then scaling once that's coming together. And so these pillars or content types actually help you to get seen, then to get loved, then to get selling. So follow these 5 pillars or topics, and you can be sure that you are ticking off your 3 jobs in business and these rules to actually make your content make you money at the same time. So let me give you my signature content method, starting with content type number 1. Engage and entertain. This one is the one that is made to get you seen. This one is the only one really that you are allowed to look and stress about vanity metrics in it, because we actually do want higher reach, higher engagement in this one. And this is your relatable, high reach, highlight content, the stuff that gets people in the door. This is the content that is allowed to be lighter, that is allowed to just connect and be fun and be relatable and get the reach. This one has a job, and its job is to get you seen. Then we have content type number 2, educate, activate, inspire. This one has 2 jobs. This one can get you seen and be higher engagement and higher reach. But this one should also be the one that starts to get people to follow you through clicking that button, but also really seeing that find it, fix it, feed it in action. She starts to really understand who you are and how you can help her and wanting to see more of your content in her life. You are educating her on the things she is struggling with, activating her to actually move, inspiring her towards what she wants. This is where you fix the pain and feed the desire with real value. Then we have content type number 3, and on the seen, loved, selling spectrum, this one really goes into that loved element, and it is stories that connect. This is another way to find it, fix it, feed it, but through story. And this is the content that connects her to your brand and your business. That makes you someone's favorite something, that builds trust, that gives her proof, that gives her a window into the future she wants. If you want to go deeper on this one, last episode was actually all about this as well, and the types of stories that you can tell all across your business. But we want to be intentionally sharing stories that get us loved, that create that sense of why buy from us, and also help find it, fix it, feed it. And this pillar does that. And then one that so many people skip, which is truly a superpower, and that is content type number 4, about the business. And this is where you share about the actual business, why you, your origin story, your beliefs, your proven methodology, the way you do things. This is how you create trust and show her it is real and set yourself apart from everyone else in your space. This is a huge part of being someone worth buying from. This isn't necessarily selling at this stage, but it is definitely positioning people to want things from you even deeper. This is one of the ones I never expect to have high reach or high engagement unless it's some kind of hot take, although it always doesn't have to be that. And because of that, so many people skip it. You will have a superpower if you're not that person that does that. And then content type number 5, the one that stops your business being an expensive hobby and makes your hard work pay off. and that is show off and sell. This is where you show people their next step, the next foot in their journey with you, or you just sell to them directly. This is you actually making the offer. Because remember, you cannot sell a secret. So there they are. Entertain and engage, educate, activate, inspire, stories that connect, business content, show off and sell. Break your content into these 5 types. Care about the right metric for each type. And that, my friend, is the answer. That is the whole game. And an extra love note and shortcut if you want this done for you, if you want these 5 content types, plus everything we have talked about across all 5 rules today, the deep understanding of your ideal client, the find it, fix it, feed it, the brand and trust that makes you someone she wants to buy from, the selling that actually converts, the sanity metrics over vanity metrics, all of it. If you want that whole thing done for you, let me tell you exactly where it lives. It is all in the Content Mastery Club. If you want to truly understand your ideal client and finally nail that find it, fix it, feed it, that is in the club. If you want to know how to infuse your business so you become someone she wants to buy from through your brand, through trust, through your about the business content, that is in the club. If you want to know exactly how to sell in a way that actually converts the people already seeing you, that is in there too. And if you want someone in your corner reminding you about sanity metrics over vanity metrics, showing you how $97,000 can come from posts getting as little as and as much as 97 likes, that is me in there with you. But here is the big one. If you actually want the content itself done for you, if you want my system that knows your ideal client, knows your business, knows your brand, knows what is working on Instagram right now, and actually makes you content across these 5 pillars every single month, and makes your stories and makes your emails for you, that is what happens inside the Seen Loved Selling Lab, which lives in the Content Mastery Club. I will give you the pathway to success around your brand and your understanding of your ideal customer. And then I will hand you the tool that makes the content for you. You can go and see if the club has any spots open right now by checking the link in the show notes under the Content Mastery Club. And that free research method I mentioned back in Rule 1, that is in the show notes for you too. So go and grab that either way. But whatever you do, whether you come and join me in the club or not, make sure you are using these 5 rules. Because this is how you finally step off the content hamster wheel and start making content that actually turns into customers and into cash. Thank you so much for being here with me today. It genuinely means the world that you spend this time with me. I will see you next time, same place, same goal, getting you seen, loved, selling, and scaling. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Seen, Love, Selling, Scale podcast. I hope today's episode left you feeling inspired, fired up, and empowered to make serious moves that align with your goals and version of success, both in life and business. If you loved what you heard, head over to www.thisisco.com.au to find all the links and resources mentioned in today's episode. And if you aren't already following the show, make sure you hit that follow button so you never miss a future episode when it drops. I'll see you again next week, same time, same place, same goal to get you seen, loved, selling, and scaling. See you then.